Hey friends, it's Liz, the official craft nerd, and today I have 5 easy, shabby chic, rustic farmhouse DIYs for you. And today's video is super exciting because this is part of the spring mystery box hop, which I will talk more about later. So this is what I received in my box. Now, I did have a video recording my reaction, but I lost it when I upgraded my phone. And so this is what I'm doing. Just basically showing you just all the different items that I received in my mystery box. And yeah, I had my work cut out for me. So I was really excited because this is a lot of great things. So let's get started with DIY number 1. So for my first DIY, I am taking this sign and removing off that little 3D embellishment on the back of there. And I'm going to turn this into something different. I saw a tray as soon as I saw this sign, so that's what I'm going for. I'm taking this Waverly chalk paint and plaster, which, as you guys know, is my jam, y'all. So I'm using that to completely coat the inside of this, as well as I will be going over the outside of my turned over sign. Now, I do believe I used about 2 coats, especially on the outside, just to cover up that plaid. Now, it's not super important because I will be distressing this. As you guys know, that's what I do to everything nowadays. So, but what I'm doing here is taking these large beads, which I get from Amazon, and I am creating my legs for my tray. Now, I did not paint the bottom of this because honestly, nobody's going to see it, so I wasn't worried about that. But again, that's totally your preference if you choose to cover the bottom. I'm just kind of giving it a light coating of the white paint as well. But again, it wasn't super important that it was completely colored, only because I will be coming back and distressing it later on. So as you see here, there is my antique wax, and I'm just taking a little bit on my, my rough brush there and just kind of hitting the ends, hitting the corners, dragging it from outside in just to kind of give it that believable aged look. And then I'm also going to be going in the inside and just kind of brushing along the inside of this. I love de-stressing everything, so you guys should not be surprised with this. So yeah, I'm just kind of going along here, distressing, and then I had my first whoops, and there you go, dumped the leg into the white paint. So I just ever so lovely wiped it off and went about my business, but it's probably a good thing that I have to record my voice over these videos, because y'all probably wouldn't have wanted to hear what I had to say after that happened. But it happens to us all, so it's okay. Moving on. So once I had it completely painted and it was dry, I decided to add a little bit of embellishment, just to do, a little bit more for my tray. And I'm just snipping off the ends of some thumbtacks. I'm using the gold ones, and I'm just kind of pressing them into the sides, corners of this tray, and giving it, some hot glue just to keep it in, because really it was very hard to push in. I had to kind of hammer some of them down. But the end look with those thumbtacks, it worked for me. It was exactly what I wanted. And then I hit it with some of the antique wax as well to distress it and have it all tied together. But this is the final look, guys. I really like this. I mean, taking a simple tray, turning it into this was exactly what I was going for. You'll have to tell me what you think about it down in the comments below. Let me tell you a little bit about this mystery box hop. So all of us ladies here got together. We sent one other crafter a mystery box of Dollar Tree items that we all have to come up with some spring DIYs with. So I will have the link to the person that received my box down in the description below. That is who you will hop over to next when you are finished with my video. And the cool thing about this mystery box hop is it is also a mystery box giveaway. Yes, you guys, you have a chance to win your very own mystery box. And the way to do so is you will follow along to each of the creators in this hop. My link to the next creator will be down in my description box below. And on each of the creators' videos, they are going to ask a mystery question. You will have to answer that question in the comments, and it will have to be for every creator's video that you see. Everybody will have their own question, so definitely check each and every creator out, watch those videos, answer that question, and then you will be in the running to win your very own mystery box yourself. And the winners for that will be announced on our community tabs on March 28th, so stay tuned for that. Now let's get back into it. Okay, so now DIY number 2. So I got a packet of the wood planks, as well as the, I don't know what you call it, the dead flower little bouquet thing, and then some of those cotton heads, and that's what I'm going to use for this project. So as you can see here, I just took 4 of those wood planks, and I'm using some jumbo popsicle sticks from Walmart. Sorry, I had to think of the name. And I glued those on the back to create kind of a sign. I had these bamboo sticks from Amazon I purchased a while back, and with those I am going to kind of make a border. And what I was doing there is just measuring it out to see what I needed lengthwise. And what you don't see off camera is me using my little electric miter saw to chop those down to size. So once those are done, I am just gluing them around the border, and that is going to be the basis of this particular sign. So while I'm staining this sign with my Waverly Antique Wax, I'm going to ask my mystery question. So what I would love to know from every one of you guys is, what is your favorite color of paint? It could be chalk paint, it could be acrylic paint, whatever you typically use whenever you're creating, but what is your go-to color? You all know that mine is plaster from Waverly, but I would absolutely love to know what yours is. So drop that in the comments below, because remember, that's what gets you entered into winning your very own mystery box. So once I've removed all the excess Waverly wax there, I'm going to take some of that plaster and I'm going to go and distress the frame of this as well as the actual sign itself. It's kind of like a reversed distressing, because you're putting the lighter color on top of the darker, but I definitely love this look. I think it is a very distressed farmhouse feel that just looks really good together. So I decided I was going to put my floral in a plastic jar that I've had left over from Valentine's. I figured it would give it that faux mason jar look that I absolutely think is adorable, but I didn't have any like actual mason jars, and so I figured this plastic one would work perfect. And really, because the sign itself is not a very like thick heavy duty sign, so I didn't want to hang anything heavy on it. But right now you can tell I'm cleaning up my mess, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I have that, like, I can't work if it's too dirty. So my trusty ladybug vacuum to the rescue right there. And if you guys don't already know, I am an Amazon affiliate, so I will leave links in my description box to all the different tools that I use all the time when I'm DIYing and creating. And if you're interested in picking up your own ladybug vacuum or heat gun or Surebonder gun or whatever it may be, I usually will have those links in my descriptions below, so definitely check them out and get you one, y'all. So I just glued the jar directly to the sign, and now I'm just going to try to figure out and place my florals how I like it. So of course I'm using the dried flower, dead flower bouquet bundle, whatever, and I'm also going to be using the cotton blossoms, I guess maybe that's what they're called, and put that in there as well. So I'm just going to finagle around with the reindeer moss just to help, you know, stuff the bottom pretty well, because I didn't want to use floral foam on this one. because I didn't want you all to see it through the clear jar. So the reindeer moss works perfect. And then I'm just sticking some of these cotton blossoms in there as well. And I just feel like they all worked really well together to give it that like country, shabby chic, vintagey vibe. I don't know. I'm just throwing words out there, you guys. But once I get those in there, I do use some of that dead stick stuff, and I just kind of rip off different pieces and shove them in there. And really, this is something you could do whatever you like with it, honestly. If you are into dead florals or live florals or whatever, you can change it out for each season, each holiday, whatever. And basically, I am just going to finish this project off with a bow. Of course, you guys, like, why would I not put a little twine bow on it? But in reality, guys, I loved how this project turned out. I feel like if I would have had enough, I should have made two, because I think in a pair set, this would have looked really, really cute. But I don't know. I really, really like it. So you guys will have to tell me about this one. What do you think about this one down in the comments below? Okay guys, DIY number 3 is super, super easy to do. I am taking some of these bunny sacks and I'm basically just cutting them for the fabric. I didn't want to actually do anything with a bunny on these projects. So I just really wanted that burlap material. And so I'm just going to cut a couple of those down just to have that material. And then I'm also going to be using just a couple of these squares as well. So I'm going to be giving 2 of these wood square planks just a coating of the Waverly chalk paint and plaster, and I'm doing it on both pieces. Once the squares are dry, I'm going to go ahead and take my material and I'm just going to kind of eyeball different pieces. So for one, I wanted to have squared pieces of the burlap, and what you see I'm doing here is I'm actually just kind of fraying out the sides. Now I'm just using my little weeding tool from Cricut basically to kind of help pull that material, and it worked perfectly just to kind of ragged up those edges. I decided that I did want to go ahead and distress this as well, because again, I wanted all of my projects in this video to really be cohesive with each other. And so yes, I am distressing these. And once I'm done with that, that's when I'm going to add on my layers of fabric. So with this particular one, it's just a square. I decided to just go ahead and use a regular old glue stick instead of hot glue to put it on the board. So it worked perfect. Now I didn't line it up even. You can see I kind of just like tilted the square a little bit, and then I'm taking another piece. I'm doing the same fraying technique, and I'm putting it on there as well using just good old-fashioned Elmer glue stick. So I'm also going to be using another item from my mystery box, which were these wood die cut pieces that Dollar Tree has been selling, and these are the flowers. I absolutely love these. I think these are awesome. You could use them as is, honestly, because they're a pretty color wood. But I just went ahead and kind of dry brushed it with the paint as well, and then I'm hot gluing it right on the center. Then I'm taking my brush again with the antique wax and kind of just distressing the fabric, just having everything pretty much go together. I'm finishing this off with just taking a Jenga block and gluing it to the back so it will stand up. I'm doing the same thing basically for the second one, only this time around, instead of using a square, I'm just kind of doing more of strips across the center. And again, same technique, using the not the hot glue, but using just the glue stick to glue this down. And with all of these pieces of the fabric, I am fraying them out, giving them that rugged look, because honestly, I love how that looks. It's I don't know, you guys, you know me, I talk too much, but I'm just saying, I love it. And this is what they look like when they are both done. This was the first one, loved it. And the second one with the rose, again, I absolutely adored these, and these were super simple and quick, definitely easy to do. Okay guys, DIY number 4 is yet another super easy one. So I am taking these little potter plants from the Dollar Tree, which I've had these a while, as you can tell. They were previously in another project, but I'm just going to give them both a couple coats of this chalk paint. And once those are both completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and shove some floral foam in the middle of them. And I don't know about y'all, but this floral foam is it's gross to me. I don't know why. It's just so dirty, like gets stuff everywhere. But that's why I love my little vacuum. Oh, I love it. It's a life changer if you're a crafter. And you guys, I know I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I am an Amazon affiliate, so you can go to the links that are in my description box below to get some of these products that I use all the time, which like the little ladybug vacuum and my heat gun and my glue guns and things like that. So if you're interested in looking for some new things, definitely check those links out below. What you just saw me do there though is I de-stressed, of course, my pots just to kind of have them all blend in. And then these little topiary green Easter bunnies are from the Dollar Tree. This was in my box, and I was really excited to see these because I haven't been able to find them at any of my stores. So I was definitely excited to get these in my mystery box. So I simply just kind of dry brushed them real quick with some of the white paint. I quickly tied a little bow around both of their necks, and then I'm taking a bamboo skewer and basically shoving it on into the bunny and then putting it down into my floral foam, and it makes the cutest little topiaries for Easter. And of course there's some more reindeer moss I just shoved in there too. But I loved these. I think these are super adorable, quick and easy to make, and definitely super stylish to have for your Easter spring decor. Okay guys, and now this is DIY number 5. This is the last one. This was one of the pieces that came in my mystery box that I was like, oh man, it's cute, but I had no idea what I was going to do with it. And I loved it because, of course, it had an L in there, so for my name, I was excited. But I was like, man, I really don't know what I'm going to do with this product. So I tore it apart because that's what I do best. I tear things up. So I basically deconstructed it, and then I wanted to cut out the egg cutouts that are kind of on the top of this sign. I didn't want it to look like it had Easter eggs in it. In my mind, I wanted this to be more of a spring product or project or decor piece or whatever you want to call it, to keep up all year round, not necessarily just for Easter. So I tore those out. Then I went ahead and put the stain on the letter L, and then I glued back on the top piece of the basket. I'm pretty sure in hindsight there was a lot of easier ways to do this than the way that I did it, but y'all know me by now. I make things difficult for myself sometimes, so it's all good. But I took the handle, I did the wax on the handle as well, and then I'm gluing the handle back onto my basket. So basically now this is just a regular old basket with an L in it. Okay, cool. So then I decided I needed to do more to this. So I'm taking some of this nautical rope, and again, this is also from Dollar Tree. It's something I've had laying around forever. And I'm just going to put a few rows of that along the top. I thought about initially just wrapping it around, but I didn't want to waste the rope. I didn't see the point because the back of the sign you're not going to see. So I just cut strips and went ahead and put the rows on the top of the sign. Now I did come back before I finished the rows and painted over the basket that white color. I'm sorry, my plaster, just so I can have, again, everything cohesive with each other. So what I'm doing now is, of course, just finishing up putting those rows on and just trying to make this basket not look necessarily so Easter. And you know what? I was really surprised, it being the one product, or I keep saying product, but one item that came in my mystery box that I was just like, I had no idea what I was going to do with it and didn't know how I was going to incorporate it with anything else to really make it work. And this actually was probably one of my favorite things. And you can tell, like, I waited to the last project to do it because I just didn't know. But I think by the time that I got to this one, I was feeling the creative juices going, you know, and sometimes that's just what happens with it. So I really ended up liking how this turned out. So you can see how I just went ahead and, of course, distressed it, y'all. And I did both. I distressed the handle in the white, and then I distressed the basket with the wax. And then what I'm doing now is just kind of wrapping some twine around that top handle part just to kind of cover that hole where there used to be a bow, but I didn't want that bow on there. Now what I decided, I wanted to add a little bit more embellishment. So I'm taking more of that bunny burlap stuff and just cut a little circle out, a couple circles out, glued it on the burlap. I glued it on the nautical rope and added a bow, of course. What I decided to do was take these tulips that I have, and I believe those are from Dollar Tree. I can't remember, but I'm just cutting off strips of the tulips. Actually, those might have been from Joann's. And I'm just taking little stems of those and gluing them onto the back just to have this be my little L flower basket. So finishing up the sign, I'm just taking 2 of those Jenga blocks and I'm placing them on the back of this. And actually what I don't show you is I actually take another one of those squares wood planks, and I actually glue this all onto one of those square wood planks. It gave it more stability. So you have to tell me what you guys think about this below. I actually really like it a lot. And if y'all have stuck around this long in my video, I definitely appreciate you guys so much. You have to tell me which one was your favorite. If you guys are new here, you're coming from another channel, but if you've never seen my stuff before and you liked what you saw today, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button below. Definitely make sure to hit the notification bell to get notified every time I upload some new content. And of course, if you are already a subscriber, I thank you so much, guys, for coming back. You guys are truly some of the coolest people ever, and I love y'all and I appreciate y'all so much. So again, keep on going through this hop. Make sure you check out the next creator that's coming up, and don't forget to listen for that mystery question. Make sure you put your answers down in the comments and get entered into winning your own mystery box yourself, because who doesn't like winning something? But also, you guys, you have a huge list of people to get inspired by. There are so many amazing creators in this hop, and you definitely just don't want to miss out on that. So you guys, thank you so much again for stopping by. This was the final reveal of everything and how it looked together. I hope you loved it as much as I did. Until next time, guys, stay safe.